An underpass, a maintenance away truck and a track plan. That's all coming up next. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 16 of Building a New Model Railroad. My name is Peter and this is BNSF Chicago sub in N scale. Now in this episode I'm going to be showing you a couple of projects I've been working on in the last couple of weeks while waiting for some turnouts to turn up. And also I'll be showing you my track plan that I've been working on. Now this is an ongoing track plan. It's not something I've done in advance like most other people. I'm doing it as I go along. As I build each module, I'm adjusting the track plan. I've got a general idea of what I want, but I'm just adjusting it as I go along. So let's get started on the update. So a project I've been working on while waiting for my turnouts to arrive is the underpass that's going to go underneath the Western Avenue yard. Now, those of you who've seen my Instagram and my Facebook pages will have seen photographs of this. And just to show you the progress I've done so far. So I've started off with one of these, which is the Walther's Urban Steel Overpass. And this actually works perfectly as an underpass. And what I've done here is I've combined three of the kits. And you can see here each of these kits is one of those. So it's got that, it's got the three supports and the pavement and the roads. And then it's also got the sidewalls. So I've combined them all into one kit. And this is just short of the width of the Western Avenue yard. And it's the way it's modeled is you look from the front, you'll be able to look straight down it. See if I can do that there. Be able to look straight down it there and it'll just look really nice from the front. It's going to be lit from inside. I've got holes drilled here for the LEDs. And that's going to be on the inside. And these all be painted with graffiti as well, just like the real one. It's a quite well-known feature in the area to have where they've got artists putting their really high quality graffiti. It's almost like a canvas for local graffiti artists, but not just rubbish tags, actually quality stuff. And over the years I've been collecting graffiti from Blair Line do a really great graffiti graffiti series. So I've got loads of those. Another company called Scale Rail, they do a good selection. I've used some of these in my rolling stock as well, but these will be perfect for the underpass. As you can see, I've collected quite a few over the years. And even Microscale do a selection of graffiti. So those will be going on the inside walls and also on the retaining walls on the outside that run along the road. So once this is all painted and detailed and installed in the layout, it's going to be looking really good. Looking down at it and see there'll be vehicles in here, there'll be people in here, there'll be rubbish lying on the street. There'll be so old trash cans, stuff like that. And obviously with it lit from inside, you'll be able to see the graffiti, you'll be able to see all the detail. And with the backdrop at the back, you can look straight through and it'll look like you're looking all completely underneath the Western Avenue yard. So that's going to be a really nice scene once it's all finished. So the next step in this is just to start painting it. I've done the undercoat so far. I've used a Vallejo undercoat for that. And I'm going to be putting some concrete paint on the walls and on the road, and then steel coloured paint for the supports. So that's going to look really good. I'm really excited to get that finished and detailed up. So another project I've been working on is the Showcase Miniatures Maintenance Away Truck. Now this is a I-class maintenance away truck, and if I bring this up closer, wait for this to focus, so you can see it is a boom truck. And the great thing about these Showcase miniature kits is they come with various configurations. So you can have it as stowed like this is for modelling it as on the road, or you can model it actually in operation with the boom extended. Now, if I show you that truck there, I've modelled it with the boom extended and with the outriggers out. You can see they're in the lowered position. Now just look at the quality of these vehicles. They are absolutely incredible. The detail is really amazing. Considering this is a white metal kit, this is really brilliant. And you can see there even the detail on the boom is really good. So the way they do this, if I show you in here, so that's an example of an outrigger. So that is in the stowed position. and you can model it with this upright, so on the back, so they're stowed, so it's on the road position, so for the transit position, or travel position, I think they call it. And then the boom itself, that is the boom, wait for it to focus, that is the boom in the stowed position. You can see there, you can model it exactly how you want. So you can even have this boom in the stowed position and the outrigger is out. Up to you how you want to model it. They give you all those options. They also come with a lot of accessories as well, so propane tanks and all the different little accessories, compressors and all that, barrels and toolboxes, all comes as part of the kit. So definitely worth having a look at that. I'll put the link in the description down below as well. So that is one project I'm busy with. So that and the Underpass kit are the two I've been working on. Next stage in this is to paint it up and start doing the weathering. Really excited to get this one done, and I've got a few more on order, a few more different trucks that Showcase Miniatures do. So they are on the way. In fact, let me just show you another while I'm showing you these. Here's another kit of theirs, and that is a trailer, so a utility trailer. They do various sizes of these, and if I show you the built kit that I've done, there we go. You can see there I've done a bit of weathering on it, and again, that is such a good quality kit. And it's even got the trailer, you can model the trailer up or down, I mean, sorry, the tailgate you can model up or down. And again, really quality kit. In fact, I'll just show you like that, you can see there. So they do a whole series of these trailers, and lots of different vehicles, so definitely worth looking at. And if you remember from a previous video of mine, I did on my previous layout, I did a series on their signals, and it's a link at the top of the screen right now showing you the series on those signals. I just thought I'd give you a quick update on the track planning I've done. Now, I know most people do the track plan before they do any construction, but what I'm doing is, because I'm doing mine board by board, I'm just going to do the track plan board by board as well. So I'm just doing short sections at a time, then I'm building those sections, and then I start designing the next section. I've got an overall plan in mind, but I just thought it's easier at the moment as I'm building is just to do the track plan as I go along. One of the main reasons is because when I do the actual track laying, it doesn't always work out, to the exact measurements that I've planned it as. So it's better that I just do a section that I planned, and when I get to the next stage, I can then work from where the exact measurements are of the actual laid track, so I can start the next section from there. So I'm just going to show you what I've done so far. This section here is the lower level. This is the lower level staging. So these tracks at the front are the Metro staging yard. So effectively the Chicago Metro yard, and the back tracks are the freight yard. So from here we go into the helix. So you've got the two tracks. This track over here is for the freight trains. The inner track is for the Metro service. So we go from the lower level, and we're now going up to the next level. So these are the boards for the next level, and then we'll just hide the lower level. There we go. Okay. So we get to the top of the helix, and we now get onto the eastern side of Western Avenue Yard. So that's the first big yard when you come out of Chicago. And as you can see here, this is the passenger line, so the inner line, and that goes on to Western Avenue Station, the metro station, which is going to be on here on the back of the yard. So in the prototype, but the yard is in front if you're looking at it from this side. So that will be the metro line, and then the freight line comes in. This is the main line. So these two are main line, those two are main line. So these initially will be the mainline freight all coming in here. There won't be any crossover as yet. It'll be after the Western Avenue staging, sorry, the Western Avenue metro station. There'll be a crossover so that trains from this line can go over to the freight and vice versa, as it is in the prototype. So the Eastern Avenue of West Avenue Yard is going to be over here. This is where I'm going to be putting my underpass. So you would have seen that earlier. The underpass is going to be over around about here. I might have another underpass as well. I'll just see how the measurements fit out. This is all residential and some commercial, so that's going to be quite nice to have a lot of houses and buildings here. It's going to look quite nice. And this is at a lower level to the yard itself, as you would have seen in the earlier video. This is lower down. It's a cutout, so it's lower down than the actual Western Avenue yard, which is why there's an underpass going through it. So this will all be at a lower level with embankments, or rather retaining walls all the way along here. So I might do 2 underpasses. I'll see how we go. So carrying along into Western Avenue yard itself, we've got, this is the yard lead, the switch lead coming in. And I'm going to sort of make this, I think, the arrival departure track. I'm still fine tuning it, but idea is this is going to be the arrival departure track. And then the main yard itself is going to be over here. So I'm not going to have that many actual yard tracks itself. So it's this really going to be just 4 yard tracks. I don't need that many at the moment. It's really going to be just a small classification yard. And what this yard is going to be doing, it's going to be feeding the industrial area. So if we go around to this side of the layout, actually if I just do it like that, you can see the actual room itself. So the room itself is these boards here. So that's the left wall of my garage. If you're looking at it from the back of the garage, when you come into the room on this side here, and so you can see those will be the back. That's the left hand wall. So this is going to be a peninsula in the middle of the room. It's only going to be sort of like 1.5 boards long. That's about as much as I can come out to without interfering with the rest of the garage, because I need this extra storage space or moving space around. So from Western Avenue Yard, from the west end, track comes out over here and it joins the main line again. You can see here you've got the 4 main lines, and so you've got the 2 passenger at the moment, the 2 metro lines, and those are the 2 freight. Now I'm going to have a crossover here somewhere so that trains can cross over to any of these mains, and I'll probably have double crossover so they can go from coming eastwards, they can cross over, and going westwards they can cross over. But I'm still working on this section. So this is the bit I'm building at the moment. But I'll get to the stage where I'm going to have the crossovers over here. And then from here, there's going to be a Y, just like in the prototype. And this comes into an industrial area. So this is just the 2 lines coming into this industrial area. I'll show you a Google Map view of this right now. So here's the Western Avenue Yard, just over here. This is going east to Chicago, and this is going west to Aurora. And this is the part I'm modeling. I'm not going to be modeling this bit here because this is UP, so I'm not modeling that. So this is the BNSF line over here. So this is the Western Avenue Yard. So if I go west from that, here you can see the Y that I've modeled over here. So I'm going to be modeling this Y here. I'm not going to include this line. I'm just going to include this Y over here. So if I zoom into it, you can see there. So it's coming in from the east side, coming down to there, and then from the west side coming there and going out that way. So this, I think, is the Norfolk Southern line. I'll double check that. So I'm not modeling this bit here. I'm just modeling the local service. So if we go south, and you can see here we've got industries. Oh, let's go down here. Right. So we've got the first industry we come to is this frozen assets distribution center. So this is rail served. So I'm going to be modeling that and as you can see, that comes off to the east, and because of the space I've got, I'm going to be doing it, putting it basically over here, so the trains will be switching this way rather than switching across, just because of space I've got. So that's one industry I'm going to be using, and there's another one further down, which is a recycling, actually it's not recycling, it's a sugar corporation, Sugar Corp. So that is this one over here. So that one will be coming down here, so I'll have the frozen assets over here, then I'll have the sugar core over here. And then on the west side, so on this side over here, there is more, it's actually across the river. What I might actually do is model this river, and that'll be actually be quite nice. I can have the bridges. I'll see space-wise what I can fit in. Otherwise, I'll just pretend I've crossed the river. There's an oil distributor over here, so I'm going to be modeling that one as well. I might actually incorporate another industry. I'm just going to see what else is in the area, but at least I'll have 3 or 4 industries on that peninsula, which would be quite nice. So that is what that section is over here. So if we go back to the track plan, so back to the model I'm doing, there's the wire you saw earlier over there. I've got a crossover here, so trains can come either way. They can cross over to that track, or vice versa. So that is just my plan for that at the moment. It'll probably change. Obviously, I've got to add in the industries as well. For now, this is the section I'm building over here, and I'll just show you a quick view of this bit that I've built. So this is what I've done so far on the Western Avenue yard, starting from the east end, and I'm putting in the switch lead and 2 of the mains, and then you can see the turnouts for the other mains at the top. Once I've done that and wired it up and wired with all the switch machines, got it all working and tested, I will then start on this section here. But at least I can get to this stage, which would be quite good, and then I can have those up and working. Then I can run effectively for now from the lower level up to this yard here. So at least I can start a bit of operations, which would be quite fun. And I can have a metro service running back and forth, and I can test the automation of that as well. That's my plan for this. At least I can start the automation and work out the stopping distances and the speed necessary for the metro service. So when I get to the rest of it, I've got an idea of what to do for the rest, for the rest of the automation. So it'll be a good sort of test bed to use. So that's the stage I've got to at the moment. So that just gives you a brief overview of my track plan so far. So you'll be pleased to hear there's going to be a video coming up next week. Yeah, that's right, you heard it, next week. Not my usual month or month and a half. I've actually got time to do another video. In fact, I've shot most of the footage already. So what I'm going to be doing with that one is I'm going to be showing you the latest progress photos of my underpass, as well as the latest work I've done on the level 1 of the layout on the eastern part of the Western Avenue yard. So to make sure you don't miss that update, please click on the subscribe button down below and click on that little bell icon to be notified of my upcoming episode. So until next time, happy modelling, and see you soon.